Hi guys, welcome back to GP Reactions. My name is Gail. This is my channel, and it's kind of good to be back. I intend to do about 6 or 7 reactions today, just to kind of get the ball rolling. It's been 2 weeks since I last did a reaction or uploaded a reaction. I had a lot of work the first week, and then my friend got really, really ill, and she had to be rushed to hospital. So I spent a week just making sure that she's okay. Um, I think when you're younger, you have lots of friends, and you can sort of I don't know. It's like when you get a bit older, you get less and less friends. I suppose people go their own ways and do their own thing. And yeah, my friends are same as my family, very dear to me, and so they kind of take priority really over anything else I'm doing. My work has been really good. They gave me some time off um, to actually get up to the hospital and stuff like that, so they understand. And yeah, because if any of you wonder why there's time periods where I don't do any reactions, basically I kind of work part time, so I have the potential for overtime occasionally, and there's particular times at the year of a year when there's a lot of overtime. So I really enjoy my job actually. So it's not really a burden to me, and it's just nice to get a little bit of extra money, which I put aside for when the nights start drawing in and the bills start coming in again. Um, so that's the reason why I kind of like maybe do less reactions at certain times of the year. Um, but having said that, I didn't kind of really foresee, having to rush my friend to hospital and stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to thank those of you who had messaged me, and it's great to know that I've got support on this channel. It really means a lot to me. I'm here for the music, and yeah, like I said before, if ever there's gaps between me reacting, it's not because I'm bored or of it or I've run out of things to react to. I've probably I did make a list actually previous to this, and I like to kind of refresh the lists just to make sure that I'm not missing anything, and I'm sure I've got about 300 to 400 um, requests and reactions to do, and I will get to them. It's just an ongoing thing. It's like I said, yeah, it's something I really, really enjoy. So don't worry if I disappear. It's not because I'm just had enough. Um, and of course, if ever there was any penalties from YouTube, I would always let you know what the situation is. And probably one thing I'm guilty of is not maybe doing more community posts. Although when I'm watching other people, it can be a little bit irritating to see one community post after another. And you know, 3/4 of posts that some reactors do are just community posts, and they don't really kind of like bring you. They're not really bringing you to the channel that you maybe came to originally to watch what you wanted to watch. It's just people posting. So I try to keep my community posts to a minimum, but maybe at particular times when I'm really, really busy, I could do with just doing a post, maybe letting you know what I intend to react to when I come back. Um, yeah, apart from work, my friend going to hospital, I do like to watch a little bit of football. Although I have to admit, watching my team England, it does make me rather sleepy. So I generally, I'm hoping it's going to be a bit more lively tonight. For any of you who do like football, there's a lot of people who hate football. So and I'm not mad about football, but at certain times I do like to watch a little bit when it's something big. Um, so that's kind of what I've been doing as well. So yeah, just this quick video to say thanks. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for your messages. And even if I only get one message on a community post, it does mean a lot to me because it just shows that people are watching, people care. But we've all got our own things going on, and I just kind of hope that and YouTube is also is a way for me to sometimes unload my thoughts about things as well. So I hope you guys have got somebody that you can turn to and people that you care about, and um, you know good lives where you've got mates and family and stuff. Because it's really people are really important, and that's why again another reason why I started this channel. Well, maybe not initially why I started this channel, but it's one of the reasons why it keeps going because I realize how important everybody is, and yeah, I absolutely love interacting with you guys, even if it's only just to kind of read your posts. So if you ever see a little heart on there or a little sort of like a thumbs up or whatever, it's because I have read your post, and I don't just skim it. I don't just randomly put likes and hearts on. Just I do genuinely read all the posts and stuff, and just soak up the information. I love a bit of nostalgia as well. So that's it. I'm gonna end this video now, and I mean, one day, I think if I reach 3,000 subscribers, I might do a live. Although my fear is nobody will turn up, but I might do one anyway just for the heck of it and see what happens. So I've got some music to react to now. And I've got a coffee right here. So I'm not going to I'm not going to sort of delay further. I want to jump straight into some reactions. There's a lot of music I've never heard of. I think there's even a track from 2024, which I'm a little bit scared about because sometimes there can be added levels of security on these types of tracks, and so I'd probably try and play it safe and just go for audio, but it might get blocked. I will say one thing about YouTube. A lot of people criticize YouTube for policies concerning copyright, but the one great change for YouTube over the last few years is that originally when I started uploading, you would basically pick a track, react to a track, upload it, and then find out whether that track was blocked or not. If it was a good day, the track would be blocked, and you wouldn't think no more about it. You just move on to another track. But what also would happen with some tracks is that not only would they be blocked, but you would get an instant strike. And I literally within the first week of doing reactions, I nearly just packed it in because within 2 weeks I got a strike, and I think it was either a singer or a group called Coffee with a K, and I've never gone back to that group since. It's so any management of any groups who want to promote their music, um, and even if my review or reaction is negative, which they rarely are actually, I'm quite positive when it comes to all music, except for maybe Glastonbury at the moment, because yeah, Glastonbury is another thing actually. I mean, I'll get onto that in a second, but yeah, I mean, so yeah, management need to kind of stop and think about how people absorb their music. It's people like, and I've known people to go out and buy vinyl and stuff based on people's reactions to music as well. So it's a really really good way of introducing people to bands and stuff. And then there's plenty of record shops around. Still, I have one local to me, and and the actual manager of that record shop introduced me to a singer who whose music was really really cool. It was very sort of folk prog, and she was performing with Rick Wakeman's son. I can't think what his name is now, but yeah, I mean he was obviously he's a pianist, a keyboardist, and so that really kind of added to that. And so yeah, new music is about it's being produced, and some people like their music to be promoted in any which way possible. And but some people literally their management companies just say you're not going to listen to that, and we're going to give you a strike. I could just can't understand that because I'll never touch that music again. There are some bands which you can't touch. The Eagles are one. Some people can get to react to the Beatles. I've never been able to react to the Beatles. Um, then there's other King Crimson. I've never been able to react to them. Um, Hall and Oates, absolutely out of it. Even Daryl Hall on his own had no chance of reacting to that. So something is fundamentally wrong with the management of those bands because just reacting to a single Hall and Oates song um, would could potentially inspire people to go out and buy the best of Hall and Oates. And yeah, and there might be music on there that they've never heard before, but yeah, that's never going to happen because you can't react to these people. Um, it's not really a win. Just plenty of other music out there. I still love all of these bands and people and stuff, except for Coffee. And I will sort of carry on listening to them in private, but obviously not on YouTube and stuff. Um, so I mean, I caught a little bit of Glastonbury. I mean, there's some artists there that they weren't very well advertised, which I kind of regret not seeing. But it's always like these headline acts that I find the most disappointing now. I mean, I've never really heard of Dua Lipa, although she's like a superstar or something. But from what I saw, she was just literally shouting into a microphone. I think she's probably a singer rather than a shouter. But maybe her voice just wasn't that good, and it's it. If you can't actually sing live, then um, everything else is fake, in my opinion. And if you shout on your records, then that's fine. But I'd expect you to do that on stage. Also, I heard I read a really funny story this morning that Chris Martin's accent has changed. I think he lives in Malibu in California, and his accent was some sort of somebody described it as a very um, as a very effeminate. No, not effect is very affected. Um, it sounded like a very squeaky, affected um, detective from the 1970s. That's how they described his voice. So I can only imagine what he sounded like. I might have to Google that and but that made me smile anyway. But I think Glastonbury as a festival is probably like, do you know what? It's I don't know. It's so big. I just think it's very impersonal. It feels very impersonal to look at. I much kind of prefer it's when it's one stage, one crowd. That seems to make more sense to me. But so everybody gets to see something, that they maybe never heard before, and but when it's like all these different stages, and it just seems very corporate, and it's a money making thing basically. And you see a lot of the people there, and you can just tell they got a lot of money and a lot of spare time to go to these places, and it doesn't really kind of speak to real people. I think it's time for a musical movement of some kind, something new to actually invade the airwaves, but it has to be. I mean, it doesn't have to be something that's massively different from you know stuff that's been around before. I mean, it's like a revolution of music. Can come around again, but I think it's just time for change, for something more grassroots music to come back, and more creative stuff. I think it's very similar sort of to movies as well. I love movies. I love sci-fi. I love a little bit of fantasy. I love, and um, I'm always astounded at how people react to films like Star Wars, and especially some of the youngsters, because movies like that they used a lot of practical effects, maybe a few green screens, but Lord of the Rings as well. But these days it doesn't matter how good the acting is. The CGI is awful, and I think that's a similar thing with music. It's it's so overproduced and um, plastic and maybe not as authentic as you would like. It's just kind of boring, and I think that needs to kind of like change. There are bands out there who do actually play music, but from what I saw with Glastonbury, it was the only thing people that were featured on the bits of news that I saw were like DJs. Even Gok One was DJing at Glastonbury. I mean, let's go to Glastonbury to see a guy who made his career dressing people on television. I'm not really kind of down with that. Yeah, I mean, anyway, I don't want to whinge too much because some people love Glastonbury and there were some quite good bands on by the looks of it. I think Kasabian were on, and I do like trying to think who else was on. My mind's gone blank. It's an age thing. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up, and yes, I might do a live stream when I hit 3,000, and you can all call me names and stuff, so that's cool. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna get on with some reactions now.